Most new anglers make at least 3 of these mistakes, and they don't even realize it. Fix these and you'll catch more fish with way less frustration. Let's break down the 15 beginner mistakes holding you back, including a few towards the end that even experienced anglers get wrong. I've also included a bonus tip as the very last tip based on an embarrassing mistake I made just recently. Mistake 1. Rigging soft plastic baits crooked, which kills the action instantly. Check out how this crooked bait spins in the water. Fish avoid unnaturally moving baits. Almost all soft plastics perform best if they're rigged perfectly straight. Rig it perfectly straight, and if it's off even a little, redo it. It makes a massive difference. Mistake 2. Beginners stay put while pros move until they find fish. If you're not getting bit, you need to move. The fish either aren't there, or they already saw your bait and didn't want it. The fix is to simply cover water. Try new angles, new structures, new banks. Fish change patterns every day, and your job is to go find them. Mistake 3 is a surefire way to look like a newbie on the water, and it's holding rods and reels incorrectly. For spinning rods, the reel should be facing down and held with one hand straddling where the reel attaches to the rod. Do not put the reel facing upwards towards you. For bait casters, one hand holds the reel with the thumb resting on the button and able to thumb the spool during the cast. Mistake 4, pointing the rod tip directly at the bait. This one can be a heartbreaker. Fishing rods flex and act like a big shock absorber when fighting a fish. If the rod is pointing directly at a fish, the rod can't flex and the force of the fish strike can break your line. Pros always keep their rods at a 45 to 90 degree angle from the direction of their bait, so when a fish strikes, the rod can bend and take the shock of the fish strike. Mistake 5, using the wrong strength line. Stronger line is thicker, it's more difficult to cast, and hurts bait presentation. Lighter lines cast better and are less visible to fish, but have the downside that they can break. Picking the right line is a balance of these aspects. For bass fishing, I'm partial to 10 to 12 pound test line for finesse fishing, 15 to 20 pound line for medium large baits like spinnerbaits and chatterbaits, and going heavy like 50 to 65 pound for frog fishing. Mistake 6, not checking your line for damage. Do not skip this one. Almost everyone messes it up at some point. Fish teeth, rocks, and wood can all damage your line. Frayed line can mean lost fish. Periodically check for fraying or noticeable abrasion near your terminal tackle by running your fingers across the last 2 feet of your line and retie your bait as needed. Mistake 7, using the wrong rod power for the fishing technique. Pros use different rods for a reason. Beginners frequently mismatch rod power to lure weight. If you look closely at a fishing rod, it should list both a rod power but also a recommended bait weight to match with it. A good 3-rod lineup for beginner bass anglers is as follows. For an all-purpose bass finesse rod, get a 7-foot, medium-light power, fast-action spinning rod. For a bait caster to cast more lures like spinnerbaits or chatterbaits, get a 7-foot medium or medium-heavy, fast-action bait casting rod. And a third rod would be a 7-foot, heavy-power, fast-action rod for frog fishing, big glide baits, and Alabama rigs.
There we go.
Mistake 8, using the wrong baits. There are endless baits and colors which can be overwhelming for beginners. Beginners should start with baits that are both easy to fish and highly versatile. My top 2 recommendations for bass anglers are wacky worms because they're super forgiving and effective, and paddle-tail swim baits on jig heads because the bait fish representation is effective for catching bass pretty much anywhere. If you want a breakdown of the 25 most important bass baits of all time, my new ebook covers how to fish them, when to fish them, color choices, rigging tips, and tons more. Link in the description. Mistake 9, holding fish wrong, which is a safety issue for both you and the fish. Here's how to handle the most popular freshwater species. For bass, a lip grip is recommended where you put your thumb in the bottom of the bass's mouth. For walleye and panfish, the main thing to watch out for is their dorsal spines at the top of their body. You can either fold these down and grab the fish from the top, or come up for the bottom and hold their belly. For catfish, you need to watch out for the spike on the top and the ones on the sides right behind their gills. I like to come up from the bottom and straddle my fingers around the pectoral spines for a safe hold. Another great option for beginners is to just use a lip gripper tool. This is an inexpensive tool that you can hold most fish by grabbing their bottom lip. Mistake 10, wrong hook size. Too big or too small and you'll never land fish. Hooks need enough hook point exposed to actually hook a fish. Here are 3 common hook size mistakes. For small fish like bluegill, their small mouths need really tiny hooks or they can't get it in their mouth at all. For circle hooks, ensure the hook is exposed and not buried in the bait. And for soft plastics, there must be enough gap for the bait to compress out of the way and let the hook point get embedded into the fish. Mistake 11, not adapting to conditions. If your buddy is out fishing you, there's no shame in swapping to whatever type of bait they're using and get in on the action. Another example is if shallow isn't working, try going to points or deeper structure. Don't fall in love with one technique if it isn't working that day.
Hey, man.
This next one is one of the most easily avoidable mistakes. Mistake 12, incorrect drag settings. A safe rule of thumb is drag should be set at about 1/3 of your line's breaking strength. You can test your drag by pulling line off your spool. A strong fish should be able to pull your line without snapping the line. Mistake 13, ignoring the importance of casting accuracy. Most fish hang out near structure of some kind, like weeds or docks or laydowns. Casting closer to structure equals more bites. When I was fishing the Mississippi River with my now wife, I was catching bass non-stop by landing casts within 6 inches of a lily pad line. She was not getting bit until we worked on accuracy. First good cast into the strike zone, and boom, she caught a nice bass. Mistake 14, unrealistic expectations. Social media makes it seem like everyone catches giants every trip. Even pros get skunked in tournaments. Don't expect to beat your PB every time you go out. Mistake 15, using weights that are too heavy. Heavy weights fall straight down unnaturally. Use the lightest weight possible that still gets your bait where it needs to be. Lighter weights will flutter down and move much more naturally in the water, which gets more bites. And a bonus mistake number 16 that I recently made at the most embarrassing time possible. I had just made friends with a local fishing guide and tournament pro, and we were planning to spend a morning fishing on my boat. The night before, I excitedly rigged up a few bass fishing combos, got some quick sleep, and we hit the water first thing in the morning. About 3 casts in, I realized I'd rigged up my favorite bait casting reel on a spinning rod. An honest mistake, and I know better, but definitely an embarrassing moment in front of a pro. The tip is to make sure you pair spinning reels with spinning rods and bait casters with bait casting rods. Spinning rods have their rod guides on the bottom of the rod, and usually the guides get progressively larger the closer they are to the reel. For bait casting rods, there's usually some kind of advanced handle grip, the rod guides are on the top of the rod, and the rod guides are usually all relatively small. At the end of the day, catching more fish isn't about being lucky. It's about applying skills and knowledge, which includes avoiding the simple mistakes that hold most beginners back. If you fix even one of these things I talked about today, you're going to notice an immediate difference in your confidence on the water and your success rates. Fishing is a skill, and like any skill, it gets easier and way more enjoyable the more you learn. So take these tips, apply them on your next trip, and you'll be miles ahead of where most anglers start. If you want to go even deeper, especially with choosing the right baits for the right situations, check out my ebook linked in the description. It breaks down the 25 most effective bass lures of all time and how to fish each one of them the right way. Tell me in the comments which mistakes you are guilty of. Thanks for watching, and tight lines.